Joining us right now, though, is Olha Krupa. You're the Director of Mass for Public Administration at Samuel University.
Olga, thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are from Ukraine. You have family there, living there right now, and you spoke with them this morning. What is the sentiment after seeing what happened in the White House?
People are amused. They think, what is happening? They don't know what's happening. People are outraged, and people in Ukraine say, no matter what is happening in the White House, we're not giving up. We're not selling out to Russia. So our friends and colleagues and the elderly and the children, they're all very determined that regardless of what the U.S. decides to do in the short run, they're not ready to give up.
Okay.
Is there a concern for the future of Ukraine and the conflict with just the tone that we heard today and the interaction that we saw between the two?
The tone was classical bullying, right? They took Zelenskyy, cornered him in the room, and two big guys tried to force him to sign something, and we don't quite know what that document had been, because the minerals deal was not up to Zelenskyy to sign. He didn't have the authority to sign that in the first place, and it was very vague. So we really don't know what happened behind the closed doors. We read in the media that the whole Ukraine team was asked to leave. Their lunch was left on the table, and then Zelenskyy promptly left the room as well. So there's a little bit of a mystery, and everyone says there's more behind the closed doors, which does not involve Ukraine, and Ukrainians are not at the table.
I can see the emotion in your eyes and when you're talking. How does it make you feel seeing, what we saw in the White House? Is it, you said there's resolution in Ukraine to keep fighting, but you here in the United States, how do you feel about it?
I feel it doesn't serve America well. The United States will be at a loss in the long run, because this demonstration of almost like inappropriate behavior in the White House and walking away from promises is detrimental to the geopolitical standing of the United States and the broader US policy. It doesn't make US look strong and determined and allied with its partners. We feel in Ukraine this is going to be worse than Afghanistan, which didn't look pretty at that time. And in my research, which I published with Public Money and Management Journal just now, I give a broad overview of US commitment to Ukraine that has been given by every president up until now since 1994. So it is a much broader framework, and this one agreement or this one instance or one scandal really undermines the long-standing relationship between US and Ukraine. And the White House has to understand Ukraine has been its ally for decades. And now we see this policy or lack of policy as very short-sighted.
Yeah, unfortunately, everything is kind of hanging in the balance right now. We're going to have to see what happens in the next few days, and hopefully maybe the tone will change. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.